Hi, Cutie Pies. This is Nikia, and I am coming to you with Season 5, Episode 3, The Real Housewives of Potomac, called Sip and See You Later. Obviously, you guys probably watched it, so you know exactly why it's called Sip and See You Later. So we start out with the ladies still at the dinner from last week. And just a mess. A dinner that was supposed to be all, I don't know. Like, I think one of the I'm trying to keep an open mind this season and give everyone a clean slate. But anyways, so Monique and Giselle had planned this dinner for everyone to air out their grievances with each other, but it really didn't go that well because it almost felt like they were ganging up on Candace. Now, if they meant it that way, I'm not sure. They said they didn't, but that's how the dinner came across. Like they were really just ganging up on her. And um, so then we start. Okay, so then they're at this dinner. Candace wants to talk to Ashley, but she doesn't want to do it in front of the entire group, which I can understand that. But I also understand like what the things that you did were very public, um, and so if you sometimes the apology has to be public because the disrespect was public. But I can understand her saying this isn't the time and place. I don't want to do it in front of these ladies. I would rather have this conversation with Ashley on her own. And I think it would be much more. It would be better that way because they could actually have a conversation without side people getting into that as well. So I could understand. I get that. I understood that. Um, So Monique is upset. Okay, so the conversation between Ashley and Candace could have really ended, but Monique is upset because of Sharice because she feels like Ashley knows that she doesn't like Sharice, and Ashley purposely invited. Excuse me. Monique feels like Candace knows she doesn't like Sharice, and she purposely invited her to her, I think, 1 year anniversary party. And so she felt like she did that on purpose, and that she was being shady about it. And Monique is saying like, excuse me, Candace is saying, I didn't know you two had this big of a history, and everybody's kind of shocked or whatever. At the end of the day, the whole thing ends with them just pretty much saying, "We'll talk about this later." They just brush it all under the rug, and Karen is like, why do we have to do this? Why can't we just eat this fish, and enjoy ourselves and everything?" Um, so that was the pretty much how that ended. So then we go to Candace, who feels like she was set up by Monique, and I could understand how she felt that way because she said she called Monique, and Monique told her, "Yeah, the party's good. Ashley wants you to be there. Everything's fine. There's no bad vibes." And I would feel set up too if we're supposed to be building this friendship and friends, and then the next thing I know, you're ambushing me. And I think it's because of Giselle. Because Monique didn't really have a problem with Candace until she really spoke to Giselle. I feel like, so, but I could understand how Candace would feel like she was set up, kind of, because of that. So, but anyways, so off camera, that's exactly what happens. Like after they finished the party, they finished filming. The camera stopped rolling, but Bravo, they had the audio still rolling, and Monique was trying to talk to Candace, and Candace wasn't really here for it because she felt like you knew what you were coming here to do, and Monique was like, "We'll talk off cameras, we'll talk later or whatever," and it's just like if you're doing that for the show, like don't ruin a friendship, or if you want to be friends with this person, don't ruin that because you're trying to do something for the show because Bravo will replace you or whatever, but you still could be friends with this person. I don't know. That's how I feel. But let's move on. So then Ashley and Michael, so they're at this store and they're shopping and everything, and they were just talking about she's doing this sip and see to introduce Dean to all of the family and friends. They want to meet their son, and she lets him know that she's invited all of the ladies and everyone to come to this sip and see. And I thought, okay, he was like, okay, Candace's gonna be Michael. I try to like my, because I like Ashley this season because I can relate to like a lot of stuff that she's talking about, just giving, birth and everything. So I can relate to a lot of things that she's talking about, and how sometimes you can, how it would be nice for her to be able to get out, because sometimes it is a bit much or whatever. But so I like her this season, and so when she was talking, she was trying to talk to Michael, and at one point in the scene, she kind of looks at herself and she's like, "Man, when I see myself, I'm like, oh my God, there she is!" Like, because she's getting back to her body and everything. And Michael makes like this offhanded comment, like, "Okay, come on, like we've spent long enough." And she immediately in the confessional goes to making excuses for him. Oh well, we haven't been able to be intimate, and this. No, he was being a jerk. Like, I thought in that moment he was being like really jerky to her or whatever. Because the amount of time he said, "Hurry up, we've been in here." He could have just said, "Yeah, you're looking good" and everything. And you know what? Does that make sense? But anyways, I just thought he was being a jerk in that moment. Um, so then we see Giselle. She's getting her homework done, and Robin comes to visit her, and they talk. So she and Robin are talking, and they have this little conversation. But anyways, the bottom line about this conversation is that Giselle lets Robin know that her girls are not really here for Jamal, and I think that sometimes you have to be careful. Um, and I'm sure they probably heard it from a lot of people, but clearly these girls know what has happened in their parents' relationship, and so although they might love their dad, they're not really there for him as a man to their mom, because I guess they don't want him to hurt her again, because they obviously know it's been going on. But so Robin was just pretty much telling her, y'all got to work that out and figure that out, and um, about the girls. Moving on from that. Um, we get more of we get to know Wendy more. Of course, she's very educated. She has a PhD. She has two masters. She does commentary for, I think they said a local, I don't know, a local news, new for the local news. She does, and and she obviously she's very intelligent. Um, I like that. She's Igbo, and they were her mom was teaching her children the language and everything. I don't know. I enjoy seeing more of her on there, but it wasn't that deep. It was just showing, you know, how successful she was, and I think they're trying to highlight that this, um, this woman who is black, this black brown skin, because they seem to be on this brown skin thing this season. Which I mean, it is what it is. I enjoy it. Like, if they want to go that route with her, I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing a woman educated for young girls to look up to. So anyone, let's go on from there. So then, okay, so they have these two dual scenes going on. They have Candace and Chris speaking, because she's getting a gift for her stepdaughter, and while she's getting that, she decides she wants to get one from Ashley. And then on another side, they have They on another side they have Monique speaking to Karen. And Monique feels like she's been a great friend to Candace, and Candace is like, she's not been that great of a friend. She's flip flopping. Like, I thought we were getting to know each other. I thought we were becoming friends, and here I am feeling blindsided by her on several, on this last occasion. Um, and Monique is just like, she never owns anything that she says, that she does. She doesn't. She always wants to do things on her terms. And Monique is just over it. She's like, I've been a good friend to her. I'm not going to keep being this great friend to someone who is not a great friend back to me. So they're both over each other at this point, I think. So then the next scene we see is that Giselle's husband takes them okay, so it's Giselle's birthday, y'all, and he's gonna take her on this. They're gonna celebrate her birthday, so he gets this boat, and they go to out to dinner, and you can already tell, like, the children are not really into it. They're complaining. Um, and so Jamal, Giselle, and the children go and they're having dinner and everything. And in the middle of this dinner, he gives them a card, and so they pass around the card and everything, and we find out that he gives the children a restaurant, so they have their own restaurant. The two younger girls were very excited. Grace was kind of, I don't know, I thought she was kind of bratty in that scene. Um, because she was like, I thought we were getting something. And they were like, you did get something. I don't know. I thought she was kind of bratty in that scene, and everything. It almost feels like their scenes are forced, if that makes sense. It feels like that they're just forcing this on us to make us be, I don't know, to make us maybe want them as a family. Like, yeah, get back together. But the girls are not cooperating with what they have planned. So, I don't know. I wish Giselle the best of luck with this, and with she and Jamal and everything. But again, that's why, like, you could tell the girls know they might love him as a father, but they don't want him as their mama's man. But at the end of the day, it's Giselle's decision, because when the girls are up, grown, and out of her house, it's going to be her there, and she has to make the decision who she wants as her life partner to be there with her when when they move on and have their own families and everything. So then we see, so now they finally go to Ashley's house. So Ashley's getting ready for this sip and see, and all of the girls start arriving. And Ashley and them, they really have a nice penthouse, a townhouse, penthouse, I think. But anyways, they really have a nice place, and it has a nice view and everything. So the girls are arriving, and they're getting to see Dean, and then can't we see the friction or tension between Karen and Wendy? So Karen, the way when they meet, every time they see each other, it looks like Karen is addressing Wendy as though we know each other in passing, like we've seen each other, hey girl, and then keep going. And Wendy is just like, we know each other, like we've done we've met multiple times, so why do you keep treating me like you don't know me? And we know, because she said it last week, and she's also said it this week. Karen does not care for Wendy. I don't know what it is, but she's not a fan of her. So that's what. I don't know why she just, why pretend you don't really know her when you've been around her, obviously. But she's not a fan of her, so she just keeps it cute and keeps it moving. I actually like Karen. But so anyways, then we see that Candace and Ashley talk, excuse me, Candace makes it in, and the ladies are actually talking about her and saying how they feel like she doesn't take responsibility for anything that she does. And so when she arrives, they all sit down, and Ashley just lets her know, I wanted to let you know that we all feel this way, and we've all had this discussion behind your back, that we feel like you don't take responsibility, you don't own anything that you really do. She doesn't apologize, is what they're pretty much saying. And so then Candace and Monique start going at it, because Candace feels like Monique is a flip-flopper. Wendy tries to interject into it. And I feel like sometimes, even if that's your friend, even if Candace is your friend, just stay out of it. Like, I want all of the ladies, not just Wendy, all of the ladies, just stay out of it and let these two work out. Like, they can't, Ashley and Candace can't even work out their issues, because there's this issue with Monique and they keep interjecting or whatever. So it's like, it goes from being about Candace and Ashley to where it's about Monique and Candace. So anyway, I feel like if they just fix that part, then we can focus on Ashley and Candace. Um, but also, so anyways, I'll get to that later. So anyways, Candace just leaves. She's like, listen, I had enough. Like, because she's hurt that she thinks Monique is her friend, and she feels like clearly she's not my friend. I was wrong about that. So she gets up and she leaves, and Wendy was going to go after her, and Karen was like, let her be. This is her decision. She has a right to leave if she doesn't want to be here. So then, it is Ashley's party, so I understood her getting up going after Candace. So she goes after Candace and they talk, and Candace is upset because she's like, I'm realizing that at Monique and I were not really friends. We were not on the same level of friendship that I thought we were. And all of this is about Charisse. But anyway, she says we're not on that same level, and I don't know why she's so upset with me and everything, but she is. But I think, okay, so because of comments that she made, like comments that Candace has made about Ashley as far as motherhood. She always says, I admire Ashley, or she respects Ashley because she knew she wanted to be a mother, and that's what she did. She sees how Ashley is with her, baby and everything, and and I actually think these two could be friends. Like, I think they would, if they just sat down and really talked away from the other girls. I agree with Candace. They should do it away from the other girls. That they might actually have a nice friendship um, for with each other. But I don't know if this is gonna happen. But anyways, so Candace, it's she's leaving the group. She's done for the day. Ashley went after her. They have a nice little conversation. They agree again that later on they're gonna talk about their issues. But right now, she's just trying. Ashley's just trying to comfort Candace. So inside the party, while this kumbaya is going on, inside the party, Giselle, I'm trying to give everybody a clean slate, but Giselle is messy. I think she is so pretty, but she is just, I, she's one of those people that I don't understand why she's like that, because you have a lot going on, and people could say a lot about your whole situation, and you're still like, sometimes when you think, well, why would she insert herself in stuff? Because people could talk about her situation and everything, but sometimes it's just better to be quiet so no one can say something. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so Giselle is sitting there like, Charisse, do you know why Monique is upset with you? And Monique leaves because she's like, I'm not finna get into this with Charisse. And they're like, you're doing the exact same thing that you just talked about Candace doing, about Candace leaving. Now you're leaving. But anyway, so Charisse is sitting there like, I have no idea why she's upset. But we all know it has that to do with that rumor that was spread that Monique was cheating on, her husband. That was the rumor, and they say that Charisse is the one who spread it, and that's why Monique is very upset with her. And their friendship kind of dissolved around that time as well. I'm like Karen and Ashley have to be my favorite this season, because I'm like Karen. When they were asking Karen, what do you know? And she was like, I don't know anything. Yes, exactly. I don't know anything. I don't care to know anything. Even if I do know anything, and she probably does, she knows something. Stay out of it. Like, sometimes just stay out of things. And I think Charisse, as coming off as being going to be a future first lady, she comes off really messy. Like, you would think she would be this, like, she's just messy. You would think she would be more of a sounding board, or more of a, let's just talk this out, girl. Let's just talk this out, a peacemaker, something like that. But she's not. She starts it, and then once she starts it, it almost feels like she throws her hands up after she starts it. So I don't know. That was just the third episode of the season. We'll see how this continues to go on. They show the little snippets and everything. So far, Karen and Ashley are my favorites this season, especially Karen, because I feel like she's really trying to stay out of the mess. She's really trying. I hope she continues. She's really trying to stay out of all of, like, the messiness of everyone and everything. My least favorites right now, probably Giselle, because she's so messy. She comes across really messy and everything. And that's probably it. Like, everyone else is pretty, like, we haven't seen that much of Robin. Um, Monique. it is what it is. But Wendy, I like her so far. But yeah, so anyways, that was the Real Housewives of Potomac, and that was the Sip and See. Oh, Dean's really cute. I think he's really cute, especially like you can see he has Ashley's chin and everything. She says it looks like Michael. I think he's really light. Well, actually, he's light as well. He's light, but he looks like her to me. Like there's certain times he looks like Michael, but for the most part, he has like her longer chin and everything. Her features to me. So hope you guys have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be blessed. Be safe. And I will see you next week for the next episode.